This is my Honeywell ceramic tower heater. Let's go ahead and take a quick tour of it. I use it in my office. I've used it for about 2 years. My office is about 400 square feet and does a pretty good job of keeping it warm and relatively comfortable. As you can see, buttons are on top, and in the back there's a little indent. That is the stay cool handle. It keeps the heater cool. If you pick it up and try to move it, that section will always stay cool, so that's kind of nice. In the back is where the airflow gets sucked in, and there's a little grate on there. That grate will collect with some dust, and you can go ahead and just wipe that off, or you can rinse it off. That's fine. There's no real full-size air filter in there. You could put something if you really wanted to. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual functions of the heater now. So again, all the buttons are on top. On the far left is a power button. As you turn it on, it immediately goes to high. And then you can go ahead and adjust the high and low setting. So this says high right now, and then if you go ahead, you can hit the second button over to low. Low will also use less electricity, so if you're energy conscious, you might want to use low. It's still warm, it just doesn't pump it out quite as much. Instead of using high and low, you can also change temperatures. So you can turn it up or down, and you can set it for the temperature, and the heater will run to that temperature and then stop. And then after you set the temperature, so it's 73, it's blinking, it'll show you the temperature in the room. So it's going to go up to 73, then it'll turn off for a couple minutes, and then when it gets cooler, it'll turn it back on again. You also have a timer. You can click it in 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours, or 8 hours, and that'll just automatically shut off after 1, 2, 4, or 8 hours. Pretty straightforward. When I come in my office, I usually turn on automatic for 4 hours or timer for 4 hours, so that if I leave to go to lunch or I forgot to turn it off, it'll turn off on its own after 4 hours. There is an oscillate button. It turns about 80 degrees, I believe. I actually use this a lot. I put it on oscillate and just kind of let it go. You can put it on a dresser as well, or a desk. Sometimes I put it up there to kind of really get the air out through the room. But it is a tower heater, so it does pump out a good bit of air all around, and that's actually pretty nice. And you can stop the oscillation as well. And wherever you hit stop, it'll stop in that direction, so you can kind of turn it on and let it go. If you power it off, it'll give you a 6-second power off before it totally turns off. And then you should really let it cool, but it will count down from 6 when you turn it off. There is a safety feature as well when it's running. If it tips at all, it will turn itself off. There's a little button on the bottom, and it gives you like a little 88 symbol, a little error symbol. The minute that gets tipped in any way, shape, or form, it turns off. But then you can just go ahead and turn it back on if everything's fine. There's also an overheat function. If it ever does get hot or too heated, it will go ahead and give you an error and turn itself off as well. I've had this heater for about a year and a half, 2 years now. It's worked great. I highly recommend it. It's great for a small to medium-sized room, and it works exactly as advertised.